What's the word? It's your boy Tito Lopez, voice of the underdogs, one of Mississippi's finest, out here in sunny LA on top of the Capitol building, rocking with Hard Knock TV. You feel me? It's a hard knock life, baby. Somebody got to do it. Huff!
The industry can't sip me, I'm simply reincarnated Pepsi. Knowing they mention greatness, say this and that, but they lick me, I'm empty. It's like I got no more to give. Rap my heart out every day and I ain't got shit to show the kids. Fuck showbiz. I show this biz how it should be. Done with these would-be niggas trying to be good.
Freestyle session with you for Dr. Dre. Speak on that a little bit.
Okay, well check this out. I'll take you step by step. I flew into LA. I had already been here a couple times. My man Steve O over here who signed me, that's my man Steve Prudhomme. So me and my manager flew over here to this building and we was just chilling in his office, you know what I'm saying, like we always do. I had already signed my deal, you know what I mean, like just finished it. So they was just showing me around the city, we was just hanging out, and he just said, do you want to go meet Dre? You know what I'm saying? Of course, I said, yeah. So I'm like, hell yeah. I think he might have even told me the day before. He was like, I got something for you tomorrow. We're going to go meet somebody. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He said, you want to go meet Dre? He happens to know Dre and Snoop and Warren. He's been in the game a long time. Shout out to Warren G. I just got a beat from him. We're going to jump on that. But he said, you want to go meet Dre? I said, yeah. So we got in the car and drove up into the hills to Encore Studios. And everybody thinks it's Dre's house because the kitchen is in the video. It's not his house, but they call it Dre's house because he's always there. That's the main studio he used. So we drove up there, Dre was in there, cool, humble dude. We just talked for a couple hours, man, just about basketball before we even got into music. I was just there to shake his hand. Steve was there just to show me, this is my man right here. And I guess play him some records. And normally there was a whole lot of dudes, walking back and forth. Some dudes rolling up weed, some dudes was doing this. I was like, when finally I noticed that everybody wasn't, clamoring all the way through, I just say, yo, I can spit for you right now. You know what I'm saying? Raw. Everybody can make themselves sound good on the record, but I'm like, yo, let me spit for you raw. He was like, okay, we're gonna see what you got. So he turned around to the little laptop and cut on the beat. Somebody cut on the camera, you know what I'm saying? And what you see on that video was like raw footage just of me, da-da-da-da. And I can, swear to God, I can say this officially on Stack of Bibles. There was no nervousness, no nothing. It was like, we had already broke the ice by the time I did that. We was in there chilling. And also, nothing makes me nervous. It could be Jesus Christ himself could come down and say, you suck at rapping. I'm still gonna believe that I'm dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, I worship you, but fuck what you talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta believe in yourself above anything. Like, nobody else will. And then, two, this is what I've been doing my whole life. And then when I finished, he was like, you sound like you've been rapping for 20 years. I have. 25 years, because remember, I started rapping my words, so it was easy. I did what I did, and to me, it felt like, I'm not saying Dre's like this, but there's a stigma in the air, like when somebody's famous and you're not, that they're like, okay, kid, you got 30 seconds to impress me. That's how you feel, and I resent that. So I was like, no, you got 30 seconds to listen. So I felt like it wasn't me in front of Dr. Dre, it was Dr. Dre in front of Tito Lopez. So let me show you what I got. He loved it, and right after they cut that camera off, we went in the studio and made some music till like 8 in the morning till the sun came up. I met Kendrick that night, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. They was actually working on that recipe song that night. I tried to get a verse, they wouldn't let me get a verse in there, you know what I'm saying? It's cold-blooded, but I got y'all. But I was jamming, and we've done it a few times before. When Dre's in town, he might call me like, yo, Tito, let's work, so it's all good.
Yeah, the South, nigga. We do it again. Yeah, the South, nigga. Yeah, he from Mississippi. That's close to Atlanta. Nigga, the South, we do it again. Yeah. Voice of the underdog. I like it. There it is.
What's the writing process like with Dre?
He's very freelance, man. Like, first of all, he'll get the studio and just book out all the rooms. So there's somebody working on the beat in this room, somebody writing in this room. Everybody can do whatever they want. And I just bounce some ping pong from different rooms. Just put my input on something, you know what I'm saying? That way, anytime something comes out, I'm just listening for one bar. So I get one little publishing check. Just when he drops any verses, I'll be like, let me just see if I wrote this one line. And I don't want to put it out like everybody just writes everything for him and he don't do shit. He does. He's controlling the whole creative process. But, it's sporadic. It's just whatever. He just be like, do whatever you want. I know I wrote one verse for him and he liked it. 30 minutes later, I came back to spit it and he was like, I don't like it. Like, I'm just gonna tell the truth. Dre know what it is. I don't give a fuck. Like, his mind moves like that much. So you can get frustrated, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't know if he know what the fuck he want, you know what I'm saying? But it's not no knock to him, because if he knew already, Detox would be out. Put it out, Drake, you know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck. That's my man, I'm cool, but I mean, you have to, it's just a fun time. If you like music, you're gonna have a good time in that period. And personally, I think it should just be him in there. Sometimes there's so many people in there that I've experienced that have nothing to do with the music. That's, you know, they can clutter up the process, and that may be why it's taking so long. That's my personal experience. I'm gonna fucking speak on it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have no problem. When we in there, you gotta get into his zone. I never been a ghostwriter before. So the first couple times I was in there, I had to figure it out, because I'm writing as me. I know how to write as me. But you gotta think as Dre, you know what I'm saying? And think about what he would say. He let you know what he wants, and it's just a dope time. And I was in there one time, it was me, Nelly, Sean Garrett, Smitty. There's a gang of us in there just writing crazy shit.
And you also mentioned Kendrick Lamar. Have you got a chance to hang out with him since? Or?
I just met him that one time, but he was a cool dude. He was actually shorter than me. I didn't think that was possible, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not very tall, but yeah, he's one of the coolest dudes. My manager ran into him at the airport, but I wasn't there. He was like, yo, we gotta get up, you know what I'm saying? So I've only met him that one time, but I definitely, if I was gonna work with one of these new dudes, he would definitely be one. We know how dope he is. I don't have to say it, you know what I'm saying? So Kendrick's the shit. I
know you grew up on the 90s stuff,
yeah.
And that's been documented a little bit. Who from like the new generation kind of gives you that feeling, or who you checking for?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard. There's only a few new dudes that I really fuck with, like musically, but I wouldn't even say they really give me that 90s feeling. They just have like a new age feeling. I think I'm the only one that gives people that 90s type of feeling, because I've heard it a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be new age too. I'm the new age, but it's something about me that people's like, you just sound solid, just like you know how to rap, period. Like a lot of this new shit is dope, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's like new plateaus that they're crossing, you know what I'm saying? Like they know how to do this and that and all this extra shit. You got people who are more famous for music more famous for fame than for music. Like some of people are dope, but they also know how to shoot videos, and they know how to draw posters, and they know how to do all this shit. And I think that one thing in the 90s was dudes just knew how to rap, you know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing I know how to do, just get on there and rap. So I think I'm the only one that's really got that 90s feel, which ain't a bad or a good thing. But as far as new dudes, you know, it would be like Kendrick, all of our future. You know, I think they all talented and get slept on as they all geniuses and producers themselves and writers themselves. And there's a few more out, but you know, right now that's probably it, you know what I'm saying?
Get so deep on these cuts, homie, they might scar. Shit, what you think I'm holding these dice for? I stay rolling. The car ain't stolen, officer, it's all me. And I don't appreciate that name you just called me. Could've said young, black, gifted, I'm all three. Long night, you ain't reading my rights, stall me. This shit appalls me, how can I be so fucking dope? Still they got me leaping through hoops and jumping this fucking rope. You mention me and don't say best, somebody kind you. Know Ye West, my nigga, I stay stressed.
Speaking about the South and lyricism, I remember this is a while back ago.
Yeah.
You had a diss song towards Saigon.
Well, you went all the way back. That's dope. You like really researched that shit. That shit is, I try to get that buried, like fuck it. But yeah. That actually came about just because I'm sitting in my bedroom and I heard a Saigon interview, and he basically was just beyond disrespectful to Southern artists, you know what I mean? Just period. He said we was biting just from rapping, period. Because New York started rap, so, and I'm like, this ain't a job for a lot of people. They live and breathe it. So you can't tell me we copying you or biting or whatever because we do something, we speak from our heart. So I just thought that was majorly disrespectful. And I didn't give a fuck at the time and still don't. You know, it could be my grandma to say that, I'm gonna diss her, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Like, I take the South very seriously. So that's where that came about, and I wasn't nobody. I was sitting in my room. I made it on Lil Wayne's A Millie beat, because I wanted to diss him as a Southern rapper on the most Southern sounding beat you could find and just really be lyrical. I just went in and actually caught his attention. And he hit me up, and we had bad words for me, and like, what up, we gonna fight, with yada, yada. So that was how it started. Has it been resolved? Yes. You know, I've talked to him since then or whatever. He's congratulated me on, you know, making it up here and doing what I'm doing. I don't hold no grudges. It was just like, I felt like saying it. At the time, I was like 19 or 18. I didn't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in my bedroom. What you gonna do to me? So, no, he hit me up and told me it was all good and it's no problem. So shout out to Saigon, man. He's doing his thing. And yeah, the third part of the question, I take that very seriously. Like lyrics, I feel like it's great that I don't have a heavy accent, because I think there's so many underrated geniuses from the South, like in Dungeon Family, that may have never got out there because people may not be able to tell what they were saying. You know, we knew what they were saying, and we knew what Cass and 3000 was saying, but Goody Mob was way ahead of their time, you know what I'm saying? Big Gip is one of the coldest, you know what I'm saying? Cool Breeze is one of the dopest. He never even cussed in his rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And just not even him, UGK and Bun B's one of the most lyrical dudes of all time. So sometimes we so Southern, that it's great in the South, but the rest of the world don't give us no credit for it. So I feel like I never chose to not have no heavy accent. It's just the way I talk, but I'm starting to look at it as a good thing. Like, okay, that's dope. I can, because I'm gonna rep the South till I die, whether people think I sound like it or not.